Hi, I'm Lexi from maternityleague.com. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about transitioning baby from Dock A Tot to crib. So just about a month or so ago, first let me start by saying we have a Dock A Tot. We absolutely love the Dock A Tot. It is, I believe, one of the biggest reasons why I was able to train my baby to sleep through the night, 12 hours through the night, by the time she was about 11 weeks old, maybe almost 12 weeks. But it's so versatile. It's so transportable. We take it to, everywhere. We've taken it to grandma and grandpa's, to friends' houses, to church, on the boat, to picnics, everywhere. We've taken it everywhere, and I absolutely love it. That said, about a month ago, so my baby is almost 6 months old. She is tall, and she's a little on the chubby side, and I love it. I think she's adorable. But these things mean that we are getting dangerously close to outgrowing the Dock A Tot. So I love it. I love a good tool, but when it becomes a crutch, I start to be concerned. And when I realized it was a crutch was about a month ago. We left it at my parents' house. My parents live about half an hour away. So every single night, baby had been sleeping. My baby had been sleeping in the Dock A Tot, sleeping great, sleeping awesome. So we left it at my parents' house, came back home. We're half an hour away. It's like, oh, it's late, can't run back and pick it up. She'll be fine. We'll put her in there. It might take her a little bit longer to fall asleep, but she'll be okay. We'll get through it. I kid you not, she was up once every half hour, probably, about once every half hour. I didn't sleep, my husband didn't sleep, the baby didn't sleep. It was a rough night for all of us. So the following morning, I was like, oh my gosh, we have clearly developed an unhealthy dependency on the Dock A Tot. We need to do something about this very quickly because she will be growing out of it within the next month or so. So we needed to figure something out. So I looked online and I couldn't find anything, not on YouTube, not on Google, no blogs, no nothing about transitioning baby from Dock A Tot to crib. So what I ended up doing was compiling a bunch of information, and I came up with my own 5-step process to weaning baby off the Dock A Tot and into a bare, or almost bare, in my case, crib. So I have some notes here. I also have a blog post that you can visit. I'm going to have the link in the description for more information, or for a clearer description on how to master the weaning off the Dock A Tot. But for now, for the purposes of this video, I'm going to give you the rundown. So the first thing was my baby started probably about as close to co-sleeping as you can get without actually having baby sleep in the bed with you. So she was in the rock and play right next to my bed. So she was very close. We were right there. Rock and play is a similar concept to the Dock A Tot. It's nice and close and snug. They're wrapped in there. They can't really move much. But so the first step that we took was moving baby from the rock and play in our room next to the bed to the Dock A Tot in the crib. So if you have your Dock A Tot, if your baby is co-sleeping with you in the Dock A Tot in your bed, it's probably comparable to where my baby was sleeping in the rock and play next to the bed. So step number 1 is to take the Dock A Tot from your bed and move it into the crib. So start baby sleeping in her crib in the Dock A Tot. This way she's getting used to the surroundings of the crib, but she's still in her cozy little Dock A Tot. So there's a constant. If you are going straight from co-sleeping to the crib, I might start with just naps and then transition into every night in the dock in the crib. From there, start pulling the dock during nap time. So put baby in the crib, same surroundings in the crib, just without the Dock A Tot during nap time. That way you can kind of transition during the day so that baby gets used to it. In my case, she was, after the first couple days, the first day we put her in the crib without the dock, it was kind of tough. She didn't fall asleep right away. We kind of had to soothe her a little bit, give her a pacifier, put some white noise on, kept going back in there and, rubbing her back and making sure that, we were putting her back where she'd be comfortable. But for the most part, it was pretty easy. It took a couple days, but she got used to nap time. Step number 2 is, and then after a couple days, you're good with the naps in the crib and continue that and just keep the dock in the crib at nighttime. Next step would be to buy a breathable crib bumper. Reason being, we found on that one fateful night, when we forgot the dock at my parents' house, she kept waking up because this isn't the only reason she'd wake up, but she was getting her little arms and legs and feet stuck in the crib bar. So I figured we can kind of alleviate that piece with a breathable crib bumper. Not only that, but it's a little bit cozier, and the one I have is a tiny bit padded, so it's not just like, some of them are just mesh, which I'm sure would be better than just having the crib by itself. But when it's a little bit padded, it kind of helps to ease that transition from the dock to the bare crib, because I don't know about you, but if I was going from sleeping in this really cozy, really snug little, pillow, basically like you're sleeping in a cloud, to being in the middle of like a cage, essentially, is what a crib is like with the bars, I would be a little freaked out. So we kind of help ease the transition by using a breathable crib bumper. So there was like a little buffer, and baby felt like a little cozier. It's a little bit cozier environment. So that is step 2, or step 1 is co-sleeping to dock in the crib. Step 2 is crib bumper. Step 3 is, Step 2 is start with nap time. Step 3 is the crib bumper. Step 4 is proximity. So babies have a really, I've read this. The babies have a really good sense of proximity. So if you put them near the bars on the crib, or kind of like with the crib bumper, like put their back up against the crib bumper, it makes them feel like there's something there. They're a little bit secure. So, what we would do is when we put her down for a nap, or when we finally put her down at nighttime, and this is what we do now, we put her with her back up against the bars and the breathable crib bumper, and she falls right asleep. So this kind of imitates, obviously not quite the same thing, but it imitates the same feeling as the Dock A Tot, where, there's something on either side of them. So they're not just kind of floating out in the middle of the crib when they feel really vulnerable. They're kind of snug up against the crib bumper, and they feel a little bit more secure that way. And even if you don't want to put them right on the crib bumper, right on the bars, you can put them close, or kind of like close to a corner, and that can help too. And we found that this made a huge difference with my baby. And finally, pull the dock. So we did this for about a month, or not a month. We did this for about a week. We started her, again, moved to the crib with the dock, started dockless nap times, installed the crib bumper, started, nuzzling her up on the side, and then finally we pulled the Dock A Tot, and she was perfect. After about a week of kind of like gradually easing her into it, she was perfect. She didn't need the dock anymore, and she now sleeps that same 12 straight hours through the night without waking up, no dock in her crib, And right now she is 5.5, almost 6 months old. And again, she's been sleeping through the night since she was 11, 12 weeks old. And I'll do another video on that later because the program we use is amazing and everyone needs to do this because it saved me my sanity and it was just so great. So those are my tips for transitioning baby from co-sleeping or sleeping in the Dock A Tot to sleeping in their, again, I say an almost spare crib because we did use the breathable crib bumper, which I think helped tremendously, but yeah. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this helped, and leave comments below if you have any questions or if there's anything along these lines that you want me to do another video about. Thank you for watching. If you want to stay tuned, please hit subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Thank you.